Hello everybody and welcome to the Atlanta Motor Speedway for the opening race in our 2003 season round of 8 in the playoffs here. Jeff Gordon starts on the pole alongside Bobby Labonte. As of course Gordon, Stewart, Dale Jr. all inside the top 6. Those drivers are going to find their way into the championship 4 with a win today. You'll see what happens. You get ready to drop the green flag and get underway here at Atlanta. As the green flag is out, as we are underway here in Atlanta, Jeff Gordon will clear Bobby Labonte at the start-finish line, take the early advantage with the race lead here at Atlanta. But Tony Stewart trying to close in behind him as Stewart tries to find his way to take the lead away from Jeff Gordon. Of course, Stewart very fast. He's been so strong. Back-to-back victories the last 2 races, trying to make it 3 in a row today, which would be an incredible run, which would put him straight through the championship race at Homestead Miami Speedway in just a few episodes. But Jeff Gordon at the moment driving away from Stewart and Labonte, as Gordon will lead the opening lap of racing here at Atlanta. Tony Stewart, by the way, the Gibbs duo chasing him down. Jimmy Johnson runs in 4th, and then back in 5th. It is still a battle with Jeremy Mayfield and Dale Jr. Not only throughout the field here, Kenny Wallace struggling, running all the way at the back of the field. No track position there for him. Terry Labonte, Robbie Gordon also mid-pack towards the back, trying to get the right forward. There goes Ricky Craven. The 32 gets turned. Craven goes spinning down the back straightaway. No caution will come out, but Craven goes around. Here at Atlanta, he gets turned off the nose of Schrader right down into Dave Blaney. Newman, very lucky he avoided that. He was right on the outside of this 4 wide. The Schrader just turns Craven into Dave Blaney. Craven goes spinning to the inside, somehow keeps it off the wall miraculously. No caution, we stay green. Those guys will fall far off the pace. And back at the front of the field, the battle for the race lead is currently held by Tony Stewart. He gets around Gordon on the inside. Now Stewart leading here at Atlanta. Bobby Labonte second. Jimmy and Jeff fighting for 3rd behind them. Now Labonte to the inside of Stewart with a push from Jimmy Johnson going for the race lead. They have to check up. They go 3 wide with Jeff Gordon. Stewart currently holding on to that race lead. Jeff Gordon can try to make a run down the backstretch and pull the inside of Stewart, which he will. A great move right there by Jeff Gordon, right to the inside of Tony Stewart, fighting for this race lead. Makes the move, and Jeff Gordon will temporarily take the advantage. Stewart powers back on the outside lane on the racetrack. Stewart will fend off Gordon for now, and Stewart will lead on lap number 5 here at Atlanta. Jeff Gordon, though, hunting him down, trying to find a way around him. Nothing so far. Still fighting Bobby Labonte behind him for that 2nd spot on the racetrack. Jimmy Johnson trying to get his nose in there. Jimmy running in 4th right now. And now he'll shove Jeff Gordon. So you got the 2 Gibbs cars on the high side and 2 Hendrick cars on the bottom. Stewart and Labonte versus Gordon and Johnson. Who will get the lead? Jeremy Mayfield puts himself in the conversation as well. The number 19 Dodge running real well. How about Mayfield up here mixing it up as well as Jimmy Spencer? But it'll be Jeff Gordon leading a couple laps in early at Atlanta. Now we move on to lap 75, and a huge crash under caution is taking out a bunch of cars. Ryan Newman, Jeff Gordon, Jimmy Johnson, Dale Earnhardt Jr. out of the race. So 3 championship contenders already out here in Atlanta. Newman in dead last. Jeff Gordon in 34th. Dale Jr. in 36th. Jimmy Johnson, who had led 50 laps, is out now in 38th. Bobby Labonte out as well. He had a very fast car. Matt Kenseth is also out of this race. He was having a strong run, so only 31 cars in this race. Also joining them out of the race, you have Mark Martin, I believe. No, not Bill Elliott, Jamie McMurray, and Matt Kenseth. So a tough start to this race. A lot of cars wrecked out here at Atlanta after a huge crash that we missed, unfortunately, taking out 3 championship contenders who are 3 of the 4 highest point getters throughout the entire playoffs up to this point. Gordon, Newman, and Earnhardt are now all out, and will definitely have to fight for their spot in the championship 4 the next couple of weeks at Phoenix and Rockingham. Meanwhile, back at the front is Tony Stewart leading. Now on the last lap of stage 1 is Joe Nemechek, who is taking the lead, number 25 Chevrolet, one of the few remaining Hendrick Motorsports drivers in this race. Nemechek leading to get himself a stage win. After this season, though, Nemechek's ride is definitely in question. Missed the playoffs, as did his teammate Jimmy Johnson, whereas Jeff Gordon won 4 times, I believe, this season. Terry Labonte won 3, each of them in this round of 8, looking to find their way to the championship 4. But Joe Nemechek will come through to win stage 1 here in Atlanta. Your runner-up on the stage will be Jerry Nadeau, then it will be John Andretti, followed by Robbie Gordon, Jeremy Mayfield, Casey Mears, Dale Jarrett, Sterling Marlin, Kurt Busch, and Johnny Benson in the top 10. So Robbie Gordon, only playoff driver to get stage points, the opening stage. Nemechek, stage 1 winner. Now on the last lap of stage 2, it is now Tony Stewart leading the race. So Stewart looks to get a crucial stage win and 10 big-time stage points for him, which will definitely help out his cause to advance to the championship 4, as he will most likely take over with Gordon, Newman, and Junior all out as the highest earning points driver in these playoffs. He's earned the most points out of anybody, but he's, of course, got 2 wins in a row. Looking for another one here today and a stage win, which will definitely help his cause. Terry Labonte looks like he'll barely stay on the lead lap for now. Is back to the line. Tony Stewart will take care of business and win stage 2 here at Atlanta, helping out his playoff cause. Your runner-up on the stage is going to be Jeff Green. Robbie Gordon going to come home in 3rd. And then 4th is going to be the 97 of Kurt Busch back here. Nemechek 5th, Jarrett 6th, Mayfield 7th. Jeff Burton will not get, he won't get points. 8th place here is going to be the 7 of Jimmy Spencer, having one of his better runs of the season. 9th is going to be John Andretti, narrowly edging out Sterling Marlin, who is 10th. So he gets the final stage point. But Tony Stewart, your stage 2 winner here in Atlanta. Now on to the final stage racing. We have another crash. Is now taking out Kyle Petty, Ricky Rudd, Mike Wallace, Kenny Schrader, Kenny Wallace, John Andretti, Robbie Gordon, and Sterling Morris. Another 2 playoff drivers out of this race. So that's 5 out of the race now. Is joining Jeff Gordon, Ryan Newman, and Dale Jr. out of the race. We now have Kenny Wallace and Robbie Gordon, 2 drivers who came in below the cut line. But the bonus for Robbie Gordon is that 31 got stage points in both stages, which should definitely help his cause. He might actually still end up being above the cut line here, depending on where the remaining playoff drivers, Harvick, Terry Labonte, and Tony Stewart, finish, as they're all still in this race. But the only one of them on the lead lap right now is Tony Stewart, as Joe Nemechek looks to narrowly hold on to the race lead here over Jeremy Mayfield late at Atlanta. Now on to just 2 to go. It is Nemechek leading. Mayfield is 2nd. Tony Stewart is 3rd. Stewart looks to easily have another good top 3 finish, make that 3 straight top 3s, and cruise his way to a comfortable gap above the cut line heading to Phoenix, as Joe Nemechek takes the white flag here at Atlanta. Final laps of Arcade One Bank in the lead, trying to have a solid end to his season here with a victory. That 25 car has not won once throughout our entire simulation here. Not once in 2001, not once in 2002, but it might finally do it here at 03 with Joe Nemechek at Atlanta after a late turn of events. He's able to hold off Jeremy Mayfield. Tony Stewart's charge is a little bit too little too late. Through 3-4 for the final time, Joe Nemechek is going to win here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Then you have Jeremy Mayfield, your runner-up. Tony Stewart comes home 3rd. Kurt Busch 4th. Casey Mears runs out your top 5. Then Jimmy Spencer, Jeff Green, Mike Skinner, Jason Leffler, and Elliott Sadler your top 10. As how about that? Joe Nemechek gets the win here in Atlanta. Now each of the 4 Hendrick drivers this season have won a race. More importantly, Tony Stewart brings home a solid 3rd place finish and should have a comfortable gap above the cut line, with a majority of his contenders being out of the race and the rest of them being multiple laps down. As you see the race results on the left side of your screen, and we'll see the updated playoff grid momentarily. The playoff grid, of course, Tony Stewart, a very strong run at Atlanta, sits atop the grid, 28 points above the cut line. Just don't crash out next 2 races. He should be in the final 4. Kevin Harvick, 13 points above the cut line. And Ryan Newman, he had a big enough cushion where he's still only 8 to the good now in 3rd, so he's still above the cut line. And then Robbie Gordon, what a run from the 31. He DNF'd, but he got stage points in both stages, which is going to catapult him to now in the championship 4 by just 3 points over Terry Labonte, who is just 3 out after having a top 20 finish today. Then Jeff Gordon, disastrous race here, falls to 6 points below the cut line. First time he's been below the cut line all playoffs long. He'll have his work cut out for the next 2 episodes. Kenny Wallace, minus 24. His Cinderella run, if he wants to keep it going to the championship, he's going to have to win one of the next 2 races. And Dale Earnhardt Jr., probably the same thing. He's going to have to win either Phoenix or Rockingham to get to the championship 4, as Junior's out by 29. He really needs some help to make it happen, so must wins for those guys. Until the next episode at Phoenix Raceway, I hope you all have a good one.